Now we have a breaking news. According to reports, restrictions at 2 Moscow airports have now been lifted after a Russian aviation watchdog earlier stated that 2 Moscow airports suspended flights due to security reasons. Now we move on to our next news. At least 40 migrants, including children, have passed away after their boat sank off of the coast of Tunisia. The incident occurred near the Mediterranean port of Mahdia in central Tunisia. While the boat was carrying about 70 migrants, all the victims were reportedly from sub-Saharan Africa. About 30 migrants were rescued, but the remaining 40 lost their lives. The Tunisian authorities have now opened an investigation into the causes of the sinking. This tragic disaster comes as the country faces increasing pressure to manage the rising number of migrants fleeing conflict and poverty in search of a better opportunity in Europe. In response to the rising migration crisis, the European Union had signed a deal with Tunisia last year and provided about $118 million to reinforce migrant returns. The deal also focuses on combating smuggling and strengthening border control. Now we have another breaking news. Russia's former president and Security Council Deputy Chairman Dmitry Medvedev has accused U.S. President Donald Trump of aligning himself with the loony Europe in a sharp criticism of the U.S. leader's policies. Medvedev has continued to lash out at European leaders in their sanctions against Russia, claiming these measures have hurt Europe more than Russia. The Russian officials continue to question the effectiveness of Western sanctions, while maintaining that Russia's goals in Ukraine remain unchanged. Now we move back to Africa. Simone Ehvet Guagbo, former First Lady of Ivory Coast and opposition candidate in the presidential election, has urged Ivorians to vote at a rally ahead of the campaign's conclusion. Gbagbo called on the crowd to seize the historic moment so that they could tell their children, "I too was there when the decision was made." She has further stressed the importance of a country where the people decide their own future, first before anyone else. Gbagbo has acknowledged the fear and anger some Ivorians felt, including calls for her to withdraw her candidacy, but reminding the crowd that without her, there would be no change. She has encouraged the people to participate in the election, calling it a historic moment.
On était à un moment important de l'histoire de la Côte d'Ivoire, ce moment-là où il faut choisir. Choisir, c'est ce jour-là, prendre son bulletin de vote, mettre, n'est-ce pas, dans l'urne, décider. Notre pays est arrivé à un moment de son existence qui est un moment historique.